Hey everybody, welcome back to the Victoria Marie Craft and Hobby YouTube channel. It has been a very long time since I have posted a haul video on this channel. I don't remember the last time that's happened, and I thought it would be fun to share with you some of the cool items that I got, project-based items, hobby-based items, crafty items that I picked up recently from Michaels as well as Barnes & Noble. So let's wait no longer. We'll dive right into the haul. So for a while now, I have been noticing these little wooden houses at Michaels. I noticed them last Christmas, and I got curious to see if anybody was actually making these little houses or playing with them, painting them, whatever, on YouTube. And in fact, I did find a few content creators who were making little Christmas villages out of these little wooden houses. Well, Michaels this year has a spring edition, and the cool thing about these things is that they light up and they lend well to customization. So if you just want to get some basic acrylic paint or whatever medium that works well on wood, you can paint these up and make yourself a cute little display, give them as gifts, whatever you like. I thought that this would be a really fun project to work on this spring and this summer. So I picked up 4. They were on sale. I think I got them for less than $8 or $9, and I'm pretty sure they also have them online. So if you're looking for something cool to do, a little miniature you want to dip your toe in, I think this would be a really, really great project to work with. It's been a while since I've worked with wood, or at least painted with stuff, or did this type of project, so I'm looking very much forward to it. In keeping with wooden projects, I have been eyeballing this little wooden chest, I guess, if you will. It's really small, has these 4 little drawers. The wood's not super great quality. I'm just going to take some wood filler and fix that up. But another thing that you can super customize, I'm going to put this on my craft desk just to house just small little bits and bobs that I use whenever I am creating. It also has 4 little feet there at the bottom. This is from their Make Market collection. There's a whole bunch of wooden pieces that you can choose from. I think I paid maybe $10, $12 for this, but I've been eyeballing it for months, and finally I just pulled the trigger and bought it. Next up is this wooden blossom bouquet, or craft project, I should say. I guess it is a bouquet if you look at it, from a company called Robotime, and they make miniature kits, which I've purchased some of them, many of them, over the past few years. But this is a beautiful chamomile bouquet, and it's wooden pieces that you put together, and you can give this as a gift or you can just display it. So I thought that might be something fun to try. And apparently I must have been in a wood project mood because I picked up this other wooden project. This is called a DIY wood decor kit by Make Market. That is a Michaels brand. It comes with a frame as well as some little flower pieces. And notice there's a little bit of etching there on the panel. You just line up the flowers to that panel. You can paint it first and then add your items on there. And I thought this would be a really fun little home decor piece to display here in our craft and family room. And then I wasn't done yet because I turned the corner and I found this kit, another Make Market wooden kit. This is a DIY 3D wooden flower puzzle. And what you do is you can put it together as it is, or you can paint the elements and kind of customize it if you like. And so I thought I would give that a try. This was this particular design was put together as a display, and that's what caught my eye. And I thought, hey, I'm going to give this a shot, paint this up and use it as some decor. You can also give this as a gift to a friend. Maybe someone wants to do something crafty. I thought that would be really fun. You can do it with kids as well. So just a little something fun and a little bit different. Also, it was under $10. It was on sale, so why not? I've been wanting to get into painting canvases, and so I thought an easy way to do that is to grab a small little Craft Smart kit. They have a bunch of these at Michaels. This is a 4x4 inch canvases. There's 4 canvases with those floral designs. Includes everything that you need, the paint and the brushes. And this is a really good entryway project if you're wanting to get into acrylic painting or just want to make a small project. I suggest checking those out. I'm a huge fan of pencil pouches, and so I found these at Michaels as well. They have this spring a collection that is book themed, and a part of that collection includes these really fun pencil pouches. I use pouches for a variety of different things, from pens and pencils, markers. I even use them for cosmetics or to store like things like my cords and stuff. So I'm always using pouches. I think I paid about $4.99 for both of these, so not too bad, and they will definitely get some use. And speaking of pouches, I found these adorable Care Bear pouches and a strawberry shortcake one. If you are a kid of the 80s like I am, then you are all about Care Bears, you're all about strawberry shortcake. I could not resist. So I use this to store my fine liner pens that I use for art journaling and just journaling and planning in general. So it is in a faux leather pouch with a little charm that says Care Bears, and then on the front you have 3 little Care Bears, and they're embroidered with an outline of glitter, gold glitter. I also picked up this vinyl bag because I'll use that for something. I just could not pass that up. It has a great amount of room in it. It will hold pencils, markers, layers, anything you want, cosmetics, that type of thing. And then I could not resist the dynamic duo Strawberry Shortcake and Orange Blossom. They are by far my favorite characters from the Strawberry Shortcake canon. I have my color pencils in there that I use to color my coloring book. I just could not pass them up. Now, this next item I was going to wait to show you in my upcoming floss tube video, but since I bought it at Michael's, I'm going to show it to you anyway. So this is an embroidery kit of a adorable little snail. I love all the details, and it also comes with beads. I've been very fascinated with adding beading to my embroidery projects. This is something that's really great. It's a small project. It's 3 by 5 inches, not super big. So this will be great as sort of a creative palette cleanser in between larger projects, or if you're new to embroidery or cross stitching or whatnot, this is a really good project that you can dig into because it won't take long to do. It's a great entry-level project. So I'm kind of putting a pause on the number of kits that I purchased from Michael's and like big box stores. I just recently purchased some patterns from a cross-stitch company, which I'll be sharing in my haul video. But for now, I do enjoy these small projects and adding those in between some of my larger ones. And it has been a while since I purchased paper pads. I purchased 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 paper pads. I am feeling the need to get back into scrapbooking and doing some paper crafting, and so I wanted to refresh my paper pad stack. So let me back up. I almost didn't buy these paper pads because I don't need another paper pad, but I could not resist. So this one is called Sprout and About. I believe this is what this is called. Its paper pad is called. But it has all of these really fun images and icons, gardening, vegetables, that type of thing. I have no clue what I'm going to use this paper pad for, but it's absolutely beautiful. All the paper pads, the 12 by 12 inch paper pads I'm showing in this haul, are from Craftsmith. If you haven't tried their cardstock or their pattern paper, definitely give it a try. I've been using their pattern paper for quite some time. All right, this next one's called Darkly Ever After. Really like the moody vibes. I thought this would be really good for a miniature project, a mini album project that I have planned to document my moon study. That was a part of my personal curriculum. Just love the feel of this. I kind of go back and forth when it comes to color palette. Sometimes I like things super light. Sometimes I love dark and moody, and this definitely speaks to dark and moody. It has images of the sun, celestial icons, that type of thing. So I thought this would be really good to kind of document my moon study. I've been really getting into astrology and all that recently, so maybe not just my moon study that I'll document, but just maybe my budding interest in that particular topic. Next up is called Book Club. This goes really nicely with the Michael's bookish themed items that they have out, so I thought that'd be really cute. Also, too, I like documenting what I'm reading, so I thought some of these pattern papers and things would be great that I can use to make layouts or put entries into my art journal or make different projects and things related to reading. I like to document the different bookstores I like to go to or just bookish adventures when I'm traveling. So I'm glad to have this on hand that can coordinate with some other elements that I have in my stash. And plus the paper is pretty. I could not pass that up. Anything that's book themed, I'm definitely on it. So love that one. Can't wait to get it started. This one's called Wildflower Cottage. Wildflower. Hello. Say that fast 10 times. This one gave me Bridgerton vibes. If you know about Bridgerton, then you can definitely see what I mean. I have another miniature album project that I'm thinking about doing, documenting my love of historical fiction, and I love Bridgerton among other shows that are set around that time period, and so I thought I would have this in my scrapbooking, paper crafting stash, so if I ever get around to that project, then I have a really good starting point. Plus the papers are just absolutely gorgeous. I love a good stripe. I love a good gingham. Look at that stripe. It's so pretty, and I can't wait to dig into that or dig into this paper pad when it's time to make that project. Next up is Dolce Citrus, and I believe this is more kind of an Italian, Mediterranean type vibe, and I just loved it. Love the lemon, love the blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Like all the icons there. I have no clue what I'm going to use this for. I could probably think of a few stories that I could document and use this paper pad for. Also, I like cutting up 12 by 12 inch papers to create cards, and so I might use this to make some cards or make some other paper crafting projects. Don't know yet. I just knew that I could not leave this in the store, so it is now a part of my stash. Look at that blue. It's so pretty. So lots of fun pattern papers out of all of these paper pads, as well as things that you can cut out to use as embellishments or use as spaces for journaling, that type of thing. So that to me looks like tiled flooring or a tiled wall. Just absolutely beautiful. So I will more than likely get a good use out of that paper pad. Lastly is the Boho Coastal. This is, I think, the last one of the 12 by 12 ones that I purchased. And when I saw this, I immediately thought that this would be nice maybe to document a summer trip that we spent in South Carolina or any other beachy experiences that I've had. I can add this right along with some other elements from my stash to create really fun beach themed, summer themed layouts. And of course, there are some 6x6 paper pads that I could not pass up. This one's called Celestial, and I thought that I could use this in my Moon Steady mini album if I ever get around to that. But it has lots of fun icons, has moon, the sun, those types of things, space, stars, all those good things that I could definitely use in that album. And plus, it's just really fun, and I can make cards that could be really fun and whimsical. So I want to definitely give that a shot. And then just adding some basic to my stash. Again, I ran out of holographic paper maybe a year or so ago. And so I thought, well, let me add another little paper pad there. I like to use holographic paper to outline or create a mat, if you will, for elements that go on my cards or layouts. And then I also like to use this for really fun titles on cards. I also picked up some die cuts. I haven't purchased die cuts from Michaels in years, but this kind of called to me. This has some of that sort of Regency era design, and I thought, that'd be great if I make that mini album about historical fiction. I also picked up some vellum butterflies, which I use butterflies all the time in my crafting, and so I'm thinking about a home decor project with these vellum butterflies, but I haven't decided yet. And then I also picked up some vellum frames, and these are sort of kind of your turn of the century antique type frames that I thought, or vintage frames, I should say, that I think would go really well with some of the projects that I have planned. Now, this next item I have been eyeballing at Michaels for a very long time. So a part of their bookish collection that they have out, they have these really cute little shelves. And I've been needing something like this for a long time, and I thought I would try to find it at a secondhand store or a charity shop, and I haven't found anything that I liked. And so I went ahead and purchased it. Plus, it was like 60% off. I can't remember. So I'm going to display little trinkets and other things like that here in our little craft and family room. Now, this one is not from Michaels. This is from the Target dollar spot. So if you shop at Target, check the dollar spot for this. This is, again, another one of those wooden shelves. You can paint it, leave it the way it is. I think I'm just going to leave it raw. And again, this is going to be something that I display little trinkets and stuff on. So for both of them, I showed you that they do have hooks on the back that you can hang them up. And this is going to go right by my desk. Very excited to get that going. All right, so we're going to move away from Michaels and head over to Barnes & Noble, where I picked up a cute puzzle. Actually, not just one, but three. So the three puzzles I'm showing you are from Gallison. Gallison is one of my favorite puzzle makers. This one's called Garden Path. It is a 500-piece puzzle. It's going to be a square design. When I saw it, absolutely gorgeous, had to have it. Then I also picked up another one, again from Gallison, and I want to say this is, I forget the title of this one. I'm going to show you here in just a second. This is called Art of the Table. Again, another Gallison puzzle. This is a 500 piece. It's going to be a square, and it has my favorite colorway. I couldn't pass it up. I wanted some fresh spring puzzles, which is why I purchased them. I usually buy puzzles seasonally. So yeah, I'm going to add that to my springtime puzzles. And then this one stopped me dead in my tracks. Absolutely gorgeous. A little scene with flowers and a little patisserie and a little floral shop. This is why I love Gallison. It's called Open for Blooms. Some of their designers, they have the best designers that they work with. This is a 1,000-piece puzzle, and I cannot wait to put this together. And I just thought, these would be just so fun for spring and summer. So just adding those to my puzzle collection. And then when I was checking out, I found this Snuggles and Snacks coloring book by, I think it's called Cozy Colo. I love this style of coloring book. I know that it's gotten very popular with content creators, people showing it on Instagram and all that good stuff. I just think these images are fun to color. I like using my alcohol markers and my color pencils. The images are super sweet. Sometimes I like to take them out with my coloring book, put them in my art journal. I can't wait to start coloring that. That's fun. And then lastly, of course, because I'm at Barnes & Noble, if I'm not getting a book, more than likely I'm going to be getting some magazines. So I picked up a few. I have the Cross Stitcher magazine, just Cross Stitcher magazine, and then the Love Embroidery. These have phenomenal projects. This one's from the Just Cross Stitch. I think I'm definitely going to stitch that one up along with this Just Sprinkle design. Isn't that adorable? It looks like a little mouse under a flower. He's trying to hide out from the rain. Cannot wait to dig into those. I have more at cross stitch and embroidery projects than I know what to do with. So those were some of the fun goodies I have recently purchased. I usually don't buy that much stuff all at once. I kind of buy things in fits and spurts whenever I need it or inspiration strikes, but it just was one of those months. Like I was seeing all the things and wanted to grab it. So if you're interested in any of these products, make sure you check out the store links in the description. There's no affiliate. I'm just sharing it with you as a consumer. And yeah, I hope that this inspires you to try maybe some of these particular crafts and hobbies, or maybe there's some things that you purchased recently that you haven't dug into. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.